I think I owe you guys a bit of an apology. It's been a minute since our last video, and there's a lot to catch you up on. Evening.
G'day. It's been a while.
Has been. Do you remember us?
Cheers.
Cheers. So we thought we'd fill you in on what we've been up to since you last saw us.
So we're currently down in this absolutely stunning little tiny home. We're actually pet sitting the dog down here at the moment. We're down in Cornwall in southern England, but we'll get to why we're down here in a little bit.
First, let's fill you in on what we've actually been up to since you last saw us. Oh, and stick around to the end because we've got some exciting news that you definitely don't want to miss. So we actually finished our lap of Australia, something that we actually never even planned to do. It just sort of happened.
Honestly, best thing we've ever done in our lives though.
100%, best thing we've ever done.
But as we were about to finish off our lap, we started looking at what was next. Ben's visa was up in Australia, so we thought, let's pop over to New Zealand. And what better way to travel than a van? So on some random beach in South Australia, we called these people off Facebook Marketplace to buy a van. I mean, what could go wrong? We're gonna buy a van! Again. Without looking at it.
So we went back to Shelley's parents' house, unpacked the van, repacked our suitcases, hopped on a plane over to Christchurch, and we were in New Zealand.
We visited some of our best mates from London for a couple of days, and then we flew back up to the North Island and picked up our van. I mean, seriously, what could go wrong? I think we've said that, but what could go wrong? Classic us. Of course something went wrong. We're waiting at the airport with our stuff to be picked up by people we've never met to buy our new van.
How exciting.
What was supposed to be such an exciting day. Classic BS. It's not been that way. We've been where? At the mechanics all day.
Day one. Yeah, that sucked. The van was somewhat broken when we picked it up, but that's another tale for another time. Apparently it's a tale for another time.
It wasn't all doom and gloom in New Zealand though. We did manage to drive right from the top, right down the bottom across both islands, and the main reason we were there was to complete a ski season, which we very much did, and we had the best time doing it. It culminated in a massive 50-hour challenge in which we skied every single hour for 50 hours straight on top of Mount Hutt to celebrate their 50 years of opening. So we've just done our 3 o'clock lift and it's taken us up to the best viewpoint in Mount Hutt. Ben did make an edit for this video, so check this one out here. We were really proud of that. We were so proud of ourselves for finishing that. But that kind of brought us to our end of our time in New Zealand. So what was next?
We then travelled through Bali for a month.
Super fun.
Managed to attend one of our best friend's weddings out there, but we also realised that we're totally burnt out. Maybe it was from skiing 50 hours straight the week before. Maybe it was from driving around the country or two in 2 broken vans. Who knows?
Either way, it was time to head back to the UK and visit our friends and family. We actually left during COVID in early 2021, so we never really got to see people, and we hadn't seen our friends and family for going on 3 years.
Nearly 3 years.
So it was absolutely fantastic to go back and see everyone, and we got to celebrate yet another wedding on the most beautiful sunny day. I think we got the last 3 days of the English summer. I think some said the best.
Yeah, we do. So we'd hoped to pick up another ski season in Europe, but one thing led to another. The job fell through. It wasn't looking like it was going to happen. So we actually ended up renting a flat in London for 6 months, and Shelley adulthood and worked in a hospital for that time.
We were like real adults, going to and from a job, 9 to 5.
Oh.
Yeah, paying rent. It wasn't like a proper lease, we were subletting, but anyway, it was nice to catch up with family, friends.
However, in that time, we did manage to go on an absolutely epic ski trip with a bunch
Fully catered one too.
a fully catered chalet with a bunch of my mates from back home, and I made a little film on that, so you can check that here.
So we both decided that we just really wanted to give living and working on the road another massive crack. It just felt so easy in the van in Australia. Obviously that's not there anymore, and we were living in one place, so it just felt so far away and unachievable, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did.
So we had the brilliant idea of doing up our car once again and doing a camper. Summer was coming up, so why not travel around the UK and Europe in a car? We know we could convert it, so we did that.
We did.
We spent Easter weekend at Ben's parents doing up our car, and we're super proud of the results. So it turned out really well, and we're super proud of it, and we actually are going to release a video on how we built it and showing you a lot about it. I think Ben said it's going to be ready next week.
Next week? I've got to do it now. For our first trip with the car, we drove up to Scotland to take on one of the world's most famous road trips, the NC 500. This is a road that runs from Inverness all around the north coast, and boy is it worth it.
When we got back from Scotland, we actually flew to Prague. I went to Prague and I got my eyes lasered, and I no longer need glasses, and it's honestly changed my life. It's the best thing I've ever done. I'm so stoked. I could swim all summer, I could see underwater, I didn't have to faff around with glasses in the camper. Best thing ever. And also we got a little holiday in Prague out of it. But after that, we had your friend's 30th up in Scandinavia. So we spent 2 weeks backpacking around, jumping on trains and going all around Scandinavia. So we went to Copenhagen, went up through Sweden, and went up to see your cousin up in Norway.
Yeah, in Oslo. We just went for a quick dip in the fjord. It was icy cold, but it was really refreshing. It's a beautiful hot day. But the real purpose of the car was to travel through Europe. In June, we set off on a 2-month epic road trip with not a particularly solid plan. All we had was to end up down in southern Spain to go to this amazing villa for 10 nights with those same friends we went skiing with.
We ended up in some absolute bucket list destinations, including, well, we went through basically all the German Alps, which were stunning, some amazing lakes we went swimming in, and we ended up at the peak of the Dolomites, and oh, it was absolutely stunning. Oh my god. This is, oh my god, it echoes. This is incredible.
Shelley cried.
No, it was so pretty. Look at this light. The view was so amazing. We did film in Europe, so we're definitely going to release some videos on that. Yeah. But that kind of brings us to why we're doing a recap. Well, to be honest, kind of just feels cool that we've done all this. We've come down to Cornwall, and last night we actually went to Land's End. So that's the southern end of England. And a few months ago we were at the northern end of England. And then the months in between we did this massive trip around Europe. And honestly, we've told a few people, obviously we've told people that we're going, but we just feel like we haven't celebrated the fact that we've done this really cool thing again. So we really want to go through our footage. We both love reminiscing, traveling through our photos and our videos. And yeah, we want to share it with you guys. And we're just super proud of ourselves. Like, we're in a pretty...
We were pretty
low point, yeah.
Back in London. And it's nice to sometimes just look back and reflect on what you've actually done and be proud of that, because it's very easy to just forget what you've done when really it can be pretty epic, amazing stuff.
And we're super proud that we picked ourselves back up. We're back on the road. We're trying to chase that dream. We're putting everything into it. And the most exciting news coming yet is the visa's changed for Ben in Australia. We're going back in 2 weeks. So we're selling up the car. Our van sold in Australia, and my dad this week has just picked up a brand new van. It only has 700 kilometers on it. Nothing in the back. And we're going to do our van conversion, and we're just so excited to document it, and we're just so excited to get back to doing what we truly do love the most. Being on the road, being out in nature, hiking, meeting friends, being at the beach.
Surfing.
I'm just so excited. Obviously we can do that in Europe, but Australia's just got such a pull for us, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. It really, really does.
I love the UK, but Australia is, for now, Australia is home. So yeah, we're going back, we're super excited, and yeah, watch this space. We're going to attempt to start posting again. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see from us.
And let your friends know, because, you know, we want to keep this dream alive.
We want to keep travelling as much as possible, and now we've got a van bill to pay for, so we'll catch you all in Australia soon.